Oh, you want to see more? A little more? Ooh. Yeah, anyway, I've been wanting to do a video about money for a really long time because, I now work for a phone company, cellular company, and it's amazing how many people call in who have a phone that is like a year old and they want to upgrade immediately, and they want to get like the new iPhone. But it fucking blows my mind, right? Because if you think about this logically, right? Brand new iPhone is $800. It's more than a laptop. So basically, to not have to pay the $800, you get a subsidy if you take a 3-year contract, and you have to have a minimum of a $50 data package. So if you add up how much money it costs to get that phone, instead of buying it outright, which is still very expensive, you're basically looking at paying a shit ton of money to have the convenience of checking your Facebook once in a while, like while you're out and about. Like when I'm at home, I got never-ending internet, and I just do my own thing. As soon as I leave the house, I do not need internet. Like, I don't think about internet. I work all day. I don't need to check things on my break. It's one of the stupidest conveniences that is so fucking expensive. Like, you're basically paying through the nose. You're paying thousands of dollars to be able to check your Facebook while you're not at home. That's it. Like, mind-blowing. So this is what frustrates me, because everybody wants to upgrade to the newest iPhone and all this. Everybody's like, just pay through the nose to have something that society tells you is important, which it really isn't. So, thinking about money, and money is stupid. I hate money more than anybody. If I could push a button and erase all money, I would. But until that day comes where money's not usable anymore, this is my, if you listen to anything I've ever said, this line is very important. The only power you have in this world is how much money you have or how much money you have access to. That's it. So if you're going to be like me in my 20s and just blow all your money all the time on all these stupid toys, gadgets, and bullshit, then basically the companies are lining their pockets with your money, and you're bankrupting yourself because you've lost years of productivity. You only have your whole lifetime. You only have so many years of productive working. So my whole thing is to try to get as much money out of the company's pockets and back into our pockets as possible, and only buy things you need. Honestly, it fucking infuriates me to see just everybody buying brand new iPhones all the time, which are horrifically overpriced, they've been proving this. It's true. They make them in factories in like China, and they fucking overwork. They work 16-hour days. They pay them nothing. They said, oh, we have to do that because if we make them in America or Canada, it'd be like $16,000 an iPad or iPod. Bull fucking shit. No way. Absolutely no way. So, money is one of those unfortunate things, but I wish to God, everyone would just realize there are many things in life you do not have to spend money on. Like, you can pay a fraction if you look around, if you do some shopping around, or say with movies, like, you don't have to buy a physical copy of a movie ever again. It's on the internet, anybody can download it. I know there are guys out there that have, if your thing is movies, you have a fucking wall-sized shelf, and you have like 10,000 DVD movies. $20 a pop? How the fuck, It fucking blows my mind. Like, that's a fucking house payment right there. Or, for instance, since we're in Canada up here, and it gets cold and lonely during the winter, you have a lot of guys buying snowmobiles. Snowmobiles are fucking expensive, and it's something you can use, 3 or 4 months a year just to have a little fun. So you're basically paying $12,000 to want to have a little fun once in a while. I mean, if you've got tons of money to blow, whatever. But I know it happens where guys are out there, put that on your credit card and just, pay through the nose. Like, your $12,000 snowmobile ends up costing you like 16. Unbelievable, Same thing with four-wheelers. Four-wheelers are fun and all, but you're basically paying $8,000 for something to have a little fun with once in a while. Like, you want to run little stuff. I want to run stuff over with it. That's $8,000. To me, that's not worth it. I know somebody that she's an awesome person. I did nothing against her, but she paid $9,000 to bring her family to Disney World. Now, I know some people, that's their dream to go to Disneyland. That's great. But you paid $9,000 for a memory. There is no memory worth $9,000. Like, unless I get to have a fucking, dog pile with Scarlett Johansson and, 3 other ladies of my choice for $9,000, maybe that could be worth it. Go to Disneyland, the most overpriced, ridiculous, fucking money-grubbing pile of dog shit ever. I love it. But anyway, yeah, so I'm very angry with money. I'm very angry with the choices everybody makes money-wise. I'm not saying I'm a god with money or anything, but since I had my big issue, I felt separated from society just mentally, because of depression. Because apparently that's the first sign of depression, is when you don't feel like you belong in society. And it's not like, oh, I'm counterculture, I don't belong in society. It's like, I really don't feel like I fit in. But anyway, ever since that day, I have not felt like a consumer. I have felt like I can finally see clearly now how everything works. And I don't buy, the only thing I buy is some beer. I buy beer. Who doesn't love beer? Beer is like $20 for 12, and I don't drink them all in one night. I usually drink like maybe 4 or 6. So $20 worth of beer can last me 2 nights, which is not too bad. I bought more RAM for my computer because we have Pro Tools 10 on there, and it wasn't running particularly well. 8 gigs of RAM was $79, which to me, I didn't know it was that cheap. That's crazy. So I got some more RAM, and I needed a new mouse because my old one was busted. That is, other than buying, like I bought my landlord's SUV off him because he works at a car dealership, so he gets a free car, and I bought his car because I need a car. It worked out great. The loan, well, the car's worth $14,000, fairly new. It's great on gas, actually, for an SUV. Almost on par with what I was getting with my Honda Civic. Anyway, it's a $14,000 loan with, the switching of the ownership and taxes. It brought it to $18,000. So on the contract it says over 5 years, I will pay an additional $4,000 on $18,000. So because I haven't been spending money, I just don't even look at my bank account. I brought my debit down to the minimum where I get 3 swipes a month, and I've only gone over once. So I've used 1 extra swipe because I don't consume anymore. If I can get away with anything without paying for something, I fucking do it. Absolutely. And I'm not talking about going to the food bank when I've got lots of food in my cupboard or whatever, but, if I want something, anything, if I want to go see a movie, if there's a cheap night, I go on cheap night, because to me it's not that important. Like I saw Prometheus and I didn't know when cheap night was. I paid $16 for it, but for Prometheus it was worth it. And I go to movies maybe once every 6 months, rarely. Like I went to see the Avengers. Other than that, I haven't seen a movie in quite a while. X-Men First Class, I think was before that. So there's just a lot of things people have to realize that are not important, that will drain the fucking financial life out of you. And one of those things, of course, is credit cards. Everyone wants everything now. You get it way over your head, and then you spend years digging yourself out. I know a guy who had a credit card, and I think it was like a $20,000 limit. He took him 9 years to get out of the debt, and he paid God knows how much extra money. So I am throwing extra money on my loan. I could do the minimum and just save up a big pile of money, but I thought, okay, if I keep going like I'm going, I had over $1,000 in the bank in just like, I think it was 3 weeks, because I'm not spending my money. If I kept going like that, sure, I could have a big pile of money in the bank in like 5 years, but then I'm paying an additional $4,000 in payments. So why not be smart and just, keep a minimum in the bank account just to cover any additional charges in case, timing or whatever. But other than that, throw every fucking dollar you got on your loans, pay them off. It increases your credit. It makes it easier if you want to get a house or something, and that's something I'm going to be looking at probably next year. But just do not spend your money on things. Do not go out there and spend money on DVDs. They are worthless. They are literally a cent worth of plastic. Blu-rays, it's the same kind of thing. You can download Blu-rays. You can download anything. I got an old iPod Touch. I use, when I was on the bus, before I got my truck, they have free internet on the bus. So if I was so inclined and I wanted to check something, it's free. And basically someone would pay thousands of dollars over 3 years for an iPhone to be able to check their Facebook. Oh, I'm not in a Wi-Fi here. I'm going to check my Facebook. Oh, I know when you're younger, you don't really see things you know, in a responsible way. And I was the same. I'm not saying I'm any different. I was probably worse than most people for just blowing all my money on absolutely useless, stupid things like video games. But now I realize, you know, you get up to 30 and it's not like 30, oh, I'm an old man or anything, but a couple of things click and you just start to realize, okay, you know what, some of the financial choices I've made have been pretty stupid, of course, you know, and you basically, if I had taken a fraction of all that money I'd spent and put it towards a house, I could very well have a nice chunk paid off on a house right now. And that's not even, that's just like me taking a tiny bit of all the money I've wasted. So now I guess not being a consumer anymore, I really don't feel like mainstream. Like I haven't bought clothes in years because, well, as stupid as it is, my mom's fantastic. Everyone makes fun of me because my mom will go like to the States, she'll go all these different places. She finds these deals on clothes. She'll find $50 shirts for $2. She just is insane at doing this. And I've got so many clothes I can't even wear them all because she keeps feeding me clothes, which is great because I'd never have to buy any. So I'm fortunate there that I don't have to buy clothes, which is absolutely fantastic. And some people make fun of me, oh, your mom buys your clothes, and then they want to borrow my clothes. Like, Jesus, that's a nice shirt. Can I borrow that? I'm like, ha ha ha, told ya. So I'm fortunate in that aspect. I don't have to buy clothes. I mean, I shave my head. I don't have to pay for haircuts, which is nice. I have really strong teeth. I don't have to go to the dentist. You know, just shit like that. You know, I've been to the dentist in 6 years last time, and the time I went, I had been 6 years before that. And the dentist said I have as much plaque on my teeth as someone who hasn't been to the dentist in 6 months. So I have really good, strong teeth. Health-wise, you know, I don't have to pay. So I have a lot of advantages in a lot of ways. But again, I mean, I'm just rambling here, guys. Sorry, I got nothing. But yeah, money fucking angers me. I wish everybody would I wish all consumers would get on the same page, and we should form a better consumer bureau where we vote on companies. We say, okay, the Gap makes really shitty clothes. They're made in Filipino sweatshops. They pay them $1 a fucking year, and their clothes are half of them are falling apart. They're not particularly cool. Gap is just one of those fucking name brand bullshits that don't really give you nice clothes. It's just, look, I have a Gap shirt. Look how cool I am. So we all get together and we vote. Okay, let's ostracize the Gap. Everybody who signs up for this, do not shop at the Gap. And then their profits start plummeting, and they just keep going down and down and down. And all of a sudden, they're like, they have to close up one of their stores here because we all got together and said no more Gap. And then Gap is wondering, okay, where's our profits? Where's our motherfucking profits? We send them a letter saying, you've been blackmarked by the Better Consumer Bureau, and your quality is shit. Your shit is overpriced. We don't want it anymore. We have decided you are worthless as a company, and we're going to hit you where it hurts the most, which is right in your pocketbook. And then, after we get rid of one company, we look at every other company. We say, okay, if a huge majority of the Better Consumer Bureau decides a company is shit, like, you know, everybody has good experiences. Even, you know, everyone will say, oh, I hate Rogers or whatever around here. I've always had great service with Rogers. Yes, they're expensive. Yes, they are really bad at giving money back or credits, but their service, their internet only went down on me, I think, for 1 hour in 2 years. Like, it was really good. So basically we all say, you know, let's fucking get together. Let's pick the companies that we think are dog shit, that are completely useless, that just drain the economy. Like, do not add anything. No benefit to the economy. We cut them out like fucking cancer. We get rid of them. This is my dream. We do one company at a time. This thing spreads around the world. All of a sudden, fucking, like, we don't need 5,000 shirt companies, right? Clothes are clothes. You wear them. That's it. Same thing with fucking advertising. I see these fucking gum commercials. Piece of gum, world explodes. It's a fucking piece of gum. You're going to chew on it. You're going to fucking, you know, mush your lunch into your gum. You're going to chew it up. It's going to get turned disgusting. You're going to spit it in the garbage. It is not a fucking magical. Same thing with cars. Cars are just a fucking hunk of metal and technology. That's it. It's not revolutionary. It's not. That's another rant I got to do is on technology, and I'm going to do that one next. So just to fucking guys, come on, like, hang on to your money, make them fight tooth and fucking nail to get every goddamn dollar out of your hand, and that's how everybody should be.